Well, hello, everybody. I am probably going to have to split this into three videos. So, first, we're going to give you an overview. Leticia's family video. What were you actually seeing? Now, I'm sure you knew in parts exactly what you were seeing, but the entirety was nothing more than a manipulation. Why? For pity and for cash. She incited her brother, and then when he went off on her, which, I mean, by my family standards, that was just speaking your mind. Actually, under my family standards, speaking your mind was far, far worse. The family I grew up in, most people would cringe if they heard us interact. But once again, I learned by 16 years old that I could come in and just be. This is how it would work at my house. I would come in, they would try to destroy me because they're deflecting from their own issues and taking it out on me. So I learned at 16 years old, if I came in and was a total dick, I could just go to the basement and I had a good day. And they were mad for 5 minutes and I wasn't invested emotionally in it. This just became a defense mechanism. And it was intentional. I got sick of being tore down every time I walked through the door. Now, this is different than Leticia because hers has always been a manipulation just to get her way. And in a way, so was mine. I just wanted left alone enough to where I could go in the basement and have no contact with him. Worked well for me. But I didn't sit with long manipulations of them or long arguing. It was 5 to 6 words, them get mad and me go, what, and just go down the steps. It worked for me. But once again, I wasn't emotionally invested in it. So that didn't hurt me. Now, the 16 years before that, I was emotionally invested in it, and they hurt my feels. And that's why I never ever get hurt feels anymore. That's why I laugh at the internet. I'm like, you can't imagine the things that were said growing up to me as a child. I could not put obscenities at my parents, but that's where my unique form of humor came in. Because as a child, I would use intelligence to humiliate them and make them mad and make them go away. Now, once again, I didn't use my superpowers for evil. I just used them for a little bit of self-defense and to be left alone. But Leticia is everything about manipulating her to get her way. Even as a child, I'll get what I need. I would just rather you be somewhere else. Now, as a child, my parents at 12 years old, they'd go away for 2 or 3 months at a time, and Dad would fill out a few checks, and I would just fill them in and mail them in. At 12 years old, I read as a junior in college. So, intelligent-wise, it was no problem for me to fill out checks and mail in bills at 12 years old. And I used to tell my friends, the only thing worse than my parents being gone was them being there. But you see, this was a family dynamic. Now, Leticia has a different family dynamic. She has brothers and sisters. Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, she has sisters. Now, this apparently was her younger brother. And once again, the younger brother would have got all the attention. That's just the nature of households. The youngest is always going to get the most of attention. And especially a male. Just saying. I'm not quite sure how that psychological dynamic works out, but in my life, I have always seen in a larger family that the youngest male will tend to get a little bit more of attention. It's just the way that things are. Now, once again, Leticia's not worried about how things are unless they're manipulated to what she wants. And this is where it turns back to her. Now, once again, when she shows her brother mad, she's got her legs kicked up. That's not someone in fear. When you're in fear, you don't have your legs kicked up. Now, once again, after her brother and her fought for a while, she got mother alone in the bathroom. And then you started to get to see her face. And then you got to see in her manipulations, her smile. I mean, she can't control that. That's one of the things with a true fucking psycho. Apologies on the F word. I forgot I'm not live. This is the device I normally go live with, so I made a slip. Excuse me. Now, she was happy. She was happy she was manipulating mother. It brought her joy. And this is what she's done the entire time. I'm not happy, so I am going to disrupt the entire household. Both of my parents used to do that. If my parents did that, it probably, I could have said, would have ended up a fairly good household. Not great. And even in good, I would probably be exaggerating a little bit. But, if neither of them did that, it would have completely changed the dynamic in my relationship to them. My dad said, "You'll miss your dear old dad when he's gone." No, I'm not. He's been dead almost 21 years now, and every day without him has been a blessing. But, that was a problem, and that was because that was the way that he wanted it. And this is the way that Leticia wants it. Now, once again, she was threatening to move out on her mother, yet in the last hour she's posted twice. One of her dancing all happy. Why is that? Well, you get to the end of her video where she fake cries. Now, I hope I got enough space on this. This video ends, I'm going to be very sad at myself.
It's so shameful. I hate myself. I hate this baby. I hate it. I hate everything about what's going on right now.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. You see that face? Not a tear comes out of it the entire attempt at cry. This is mania. This is she didn't get her way. She is schizophrenic, so she tries to project that onto her brother, who was obviously just triggered by her bullshit. I mean, he's a young man, and if it's 16 years old is legal in their state, it's between God, the state, and him.
That baby's not helping. You raped me, and he left me again for dead.
Now she just keeps going, I like a baby seal. And this is her mania. Mixed with her schizophrenia. I'm guessing on that part. But it's definitely mania. There's not a tear. She didn't get her way. She is like an upset child. Now, what's all this about? She's trying to say, I have to leave because Mom said we ain't got no money. Leticia doesn't like not having any money. So this is entirely a performance for the simps. 100%. This entire video is nothing more for her to try to get money from a simp so she can move out. Not a tear.
So painful. So painful,
Now see, this is the mania. The painful part is she's feeling that thing that a little girl does when she doesn't get her way. And when the little girl doesn't get her way, what does she do? She goes, uh, 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 uh. Just like that, does she not?
So painful. I can't believe this shit goes on all the time with me and everything. Like, I just bring this flow of people freaking out because I just am so peaceful. And I said I was kind of...
She's so peaceful! I'm not even going to give any commentary on that.
Sounding like I was just sitting there. You're freaking out. What else do you want me to do? Like, I don't know what to say or do anymore.
Now, you notice, you're sitting there freaking out, and then she giggles. Why did she giggle? Because she engineered it all.
I get real help. I'm so scared. I'm so scared right now. The fact that I have to pack all this shit up. There's not much left.
No one told her to leave. She is making it out like she has to leave.
I've got this. I got the one mattress I got to put back. And my mother was trying to a little bit help me, but I moved all this stuff on my own. That shit's heavy as hell. Like, why? You know, like, I always thought that it's...
Translation. She was making a scene of mother. I'm moving out. I mean, I've seen that with friends' girlfriends, you know, the whole packing thing, and guess what? Never once did they ever move out.
At some point, somebody would come to my aid, that there was going to be somebody that cared.
Now you hear that? I wish someone would come to my aid. I wish there was someone who cared. You see, this is the punchline to this entire production. Gimme.
That I could relax sometimes. This child is going to be so fucked up in the head. I'm never again going to seek this family out. Never again. I tried.
Still not a real tear.
I was so just passive me and my mother the last few days, and then all of a sudden all of that.
Now, I did notice that they slid her pipe under the door. I mean, I never smoked in front of my mother. Ever, never. I didn't break it up in my house, you know, during the daytime or nothing like that. Now, there was one time, there was kind of a small family emergency that my mother showed up about 8 to 9 o'clock, and on the coffee table, you know, I had a big tray with a bunch broke up. And that was the only time, because I made sure that that kind of stuff was kept out of view, you know, until it was past time that someone could be around. And that was when I had my own place. Because, you know, I have a beautiful farm and my mother would be down here on a regular basis. So, you know, I kept all of that stuff completely out of sight until what we would consider after dark hours. Because I would consider that responsible, a little bit respectful, even though we generally did not get along together.
For the last few days, and then all of a sudden all of that. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's just like living with my father and his weird, you know, reactions to shit. And then he always blamed us like he's doing to me. Yeah, you're...
Now, once again, my father's weird reactions. Now, looking at this, who has the weird reactions? Now, some of her bad behavior could come genetically from the father. I'm not going to judge at this point.
Freaking out, you're screaming. I'm pretty sure that's not how it went down. But okay, I don't know about that.
Now, see what? Now, this is true 100% gaslighting. Trying to make everyone else think they're crazy when she is the one that's trying to foist a delusion for her own manipulation.
So, anyway, I guess I will try to talk to you later sometime. I know this isn't healthy. I know I don't feel good right now. I feel like going to the emergency room. I just don't feel good. I don't know why.
Now, see it. She feels so bad, she needs the emergency room. How much do you want to bet some emergency paper? Well, and After this, within an hour, she has a clip of her dancing at her mother's. How much do you want to bet Simmy didn't give her some PayPal for some more weed?
Back. I don't know why. They're always lying. They're always saying it's safe. It's not safe.
I saw no threats to her, even though she claims there is.
It's not safe. Oh my god. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Just knowing that I won't have anywhere to put this baby. It's a good thing I didn't spend too much money on it anyway. And just give it away to the system. I'm sure as fuck not gonna give it up for adoption. I'd rather just put it in the system. So I could name him. His toxic name. We were thinking about other names for a minute there, but now his name is Thomas Jason Servant.
And we're going to end her audio right there because, it's almost over and it's just bullshit. Because this is all to manipulate someone to taking her in. Now, I have 2 bedrooms. A sane, responsible human being, might have been able to have got one of those 2 spare bedrooms. But the problem is Leticia is not. And whenever Leticia doesn't get her way, she's going to act out. And she is always going to use everyone around her as a foil to get what she wants. And this is what this is all about today. So don't be surprised if you see more of it. Yes, the Leticia Collins Servin Show. Because that's all it was. Now everyone, please put your comments below and have a very good day.